Hello, I'm Azortharion, and welcome to my second video where I go over my progression kills in Sanctum of Domination Mythic on my Marksmanship Hunter. So these videos will just be me sort of playing back the kill video and just pointing out anything Hunter related that you might want to implement in your own play, and also stuff that you might not want to implement in your own play. So here goes. I should know that this is before the nerf of the fight, so this is... The orbs in this attempt that you're gonna see are gonna have much more health than if you're doing the fight now. So that's just worth noting. Pre-double tap at 8 seconds. We're doing a minor DPS stop in this fight. That is also something that has changed since. So we'll be doing a small DPS stop to not have the spells go off at the same time as the shatter at 60, I think it's 60% or 80% health. It's X% health. Double steady into Wild Spirits, running close so I make sure that I get the double tap, double Wild Spirits proc by being within 20 or so yards. Using an Inscrutable Quantum Device for this fight. It doesn't always proc the second time, but sometimes it does. But sometimes it can even save a life just by healing, which has value as well. So it's not that bad of a trinket. You'll notice something I was experimenting here with in the opener was not refreshing steady focus during it. I've since gone away from that a little bit, so yeah. It just felt better in the moment, but after looking into it closely afterwards, I didn't find it so. Now, throughout this fight, I was constantly begging our tanks to try and tank the boss between these orbs when they got vulnerable. But it didn't happen most of the time, so you'll probably see that I miss some opportunities to put up trick shots and cleave the orbs. So as it is, I'm just doing a very standard single target rotation. Here I get the bombs. So here it was always a bit scary knowing if you were gonna get which way you were gonna get knocked. And the main thing is just basically disengaging as soon as the master spell hits. Now what I should have done is you should have faced away, and that would have made it a lot easier for myself, but I did manage to disengage here. And you just continue the rotation as normal and get straight back into the group. Shatter goes off, I get into the barrier just for that. Now this dodging can be pretty intense sometimes, but I managed to do it fine. Double tap right off CD just to make sure I get it on an aim shot above 70% health. Lucky lock and load procs. The suffering for the orb break does not go into any orbs in this case. Getting lots of lock and load procs though, so I'm quite pleased with that. Alright, so what you really want here is a Vigor or something that shows you the master spell cast time. Because then you can anticipate when the knockback is gonna come. And also, leading up to a knockback, generally you don't want to commit to any aim shots unless you happen to know for a fact that the master spell is not gonna be coming anytime soon. So you see now, I have the opportunity to cast aim shot, but I'm gonna choose not to. I'm just gonna spam arcanes and rapid fires until this master spell goes off, and you can even see the cast timer for it there. And then as soon as I land, I go into the aim shot. Alright, so the way I set up for this is, for us, so pre-nerf, the orbs were actually a pretty high prior target. So what I was gonna do here is I'm saving aim shot. And then as he starts to cast Suffering, you see that I select the furthest orb on the boss frame here. And then what I do is I pre-cast an aim shot into it, so that just before my aim shot cast finishes, the orb will become vulnerable and my aim shot will hit. And perhaps most importantly, the orb is above 70% health. So not only is this a gain for the raid, because these orbs were a high prior target at this time, but it's also a personal DPS gain, because you're getting a careful aimed affected aim shot that you wouldn't otherwise have gotten. So you see here, I'm casting this aim shot. And that exact moment, like 0.2 seconds before aim shot finishes, the orb becomes attackable, and I just go straight into rapid fire. And that is basically the most efficient damage that I can deal to this orb, and then usually I will go back to hitting the boss afterwards. Or maybe try and sneak in a kill shot here at the very end, yeah. And then straight back to the boss, and continue normal rotation. Just following the strategy here. Making sure I don't get hit by the funnel, not casting aim shots while waiting for the dispel. Without timing straight after the knockback, I found it best to pop Wild Spirits. you might find that there are opportunities to cleave on orbs shortly after that knockback, so you might not use Wild Spirits at the exact same time that I did here. And I was also meant to get PI for this, but the priest died unfortunately, so I'm probably gonna get it later. Here I lose quite a bit of DPS due to having to dodge during Wild Spirits, so overall not the best Wild Spirits, and then comes the PI quite late. No orbs up here, so I'm just doing standard rotation, getting back a steady focus. Now Prule's Ink, which means it's time to dodge, so I'm just preparing for that, getting aim shot out of the way so that I will never cap on aim shot charges while dodging. And here I predict that so I can see, so the way we were doing this was we will not dispel until after the frontal, the suffering went off. So that is why I allowed myself to cast an aim shot, because I figured I had enough time to do so and I didn't want to cap on aim shot charges. That worked out fine. Nothing special here. So here, once again, I'm anticipating an opportunity to precast aim shot into an orb that's going to be broken. So here I'm a little bit late to the party. It's actually broken already now by the time I've started my aim shot. What you'll notice is I start the aim shot cast on this, but then I immediately swap back to the boss. And that is because I'm praying for the tanks to pull the boss so that it's between these two orbs. So I hit this one with the aim shot for the guaranteed careful aim shot. And then I go back to the boss in hopes of getting the opportunity to cleave off the boss onto the edge. Because that's way more efficient than just hitting one of them. So I try a multi-shot there, but it doesn't work out. Then I try another one, and I do get the trick shots. So now double steady, and then I want to stand still as soon as I can to get the aim shot off. And it does. I do get some value onto this orb right here. Now, if I'm a good player, I will try and get a kill shot in, but I do not manage to. It died really quickly, to be fair. Making sure I'm ahead of these for the dispel. Dropping really low health here, but I trust my healers. Not enough, evidently, because I pop Survival of the Fittest and Acceleration. I'm saving like my health pot and health stone for later on in the fight, because I know this is not the hardest part just yet to survive. So here once again, suffering goes off, there's 3 orbs up. I hit the furthest one because that's usually the slowest one to die, to get the careful aim shot off on it. Instantly back to the boss into a multi-shot to get trick shots up. Then I suspect that's gonna die before I can even get an aim shot off, but I'm gonna try. So standing still as soon as the aim shot becomes available. I even like extend the cast and greed a little bit here. Pop cheetah just to make sure I don't get hit because I'm low on health. So a little bit of greedy play, but you know, that's basically how I play this game. Here I managed to get the aim shot off, a little bit risky. And now is when I pop all my defensive and when we pop loss, because for us this is all about surviving. But you'll notice that I'm not using my CDs just yet. Like the temptation is to use CDs right away, but I'm saving my wild spirits and stuff for this orb break right here, because the less active damage we have to do these orbs, the faster the boss is gonna die, the better it's gonna be for everyone. So my mistake here, I should have popped the double tap sooner. But yeah, here comes the aim shot, or here comes the wild spirits. Ideally, I would have placed it a little bit sooner, because you can see the orb's already at 80% health, and maybe so that this orb would have been caught, but I don't know if that's actually possible. Should probably have turtle that shatter. And here I'm getting PI, so basically just pumping and dodging, trying to sneak in as many casts as I can. Yeah, this is basically just with antlers, this is just super pump, and you can see DPS just go completely crazy. Just basically trying to greed as many casts, like instant casts into wild spirits as I can to make sure I get as many procs as possible. Get a Chaos Bane proc here a little bit late in my taste. You know, would have been a lot more DPS if that Chaos Bane Unholy Set bonus had procced earlier. I pop my, make sure to pop your potion right on cooldown. So here it's very sketchy, but I managed to dodge them all somehow. And then set up for the dispel. And I land. And I don't even feel the need to exil. Like the raid is pretty safe. We're actually basically just ready to kill the boss after this. I think I might use the exil after here. No, not even then, because I'm still in such a high health. And now we're just completely committed to the boss. And you'll notice what I do is I try and dump every single bit of focus that I can into the boss. Like, for example, now you wouldn't care about steady focus refresh like now. I'm just going to try and get in there, kill shot, spam as many arcanes as I can. Maybe try and get this aim shot off. Into an arcane maybe. Into a rapid fire. Into a kill shot. Like just trying to get, also trying to get close to the boss so that my shots don't have as much travel time. So I don't fire off a shot and the boss dies in the middle of it. Like really just trying to min-max. Getting really close and ending the fight on really low focus. So yeah. Next up will be Soul Render. That'll come in the coming days. If you're seeing this, you're seeing it 3 days later than my Patreon supporters are getting. So if you follow the link in the YouTube description, you'll be able to see my Patreon, where pledgers of $5 and above will be able to see all these videos and future commentary analysis videos 3 days early. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.